Hi you guys, thank you for watching Cooking with Amy. Tonight we are experimenting a little bit and also going to have some fun. So I can't wait. So I know I don't personally have TikTok, but I've seen like all kinds of stuff around on Facebook and also Instagram. Those are the only two things that I have that people are taking tomatoes and feta and they're putting in the oven and making this wonderful little sauce kind of thing. I decided to do that, but with a little bit of a twist and kind of do it my way since I can't do tomatoes, even though I miss tomatoes. But I thought, why not take some veggies, put some veggies in it and put the feta on top of it, bake them all together like my favorite way I like to, and create something yummy and delicious just like that. I believe we can do it. So we're going to do it tonight. We're going to go ahead and get started. So in my pan, I've already kind of started because I was really kind of thinking of how am I going to do this? How is this going to turn out? You know, all of this stuff was going in my mind. Because again, this is like my first time doing it. This is me just kind of playing with it and experimenting with it and all that kind of stuff. So in my pan, I took a butternut squash. So I've had this butternut squash and I've made 3 things with it so far. So earlier this week, I took it, I cut the top off, and I used half of that top and I cut it in half and I made a soup with it. Then the other night for Super Bowl weekend, I made a butternut squash sauce for my stuffed cauliflower. And then this is the last of it. This is the other half of the top. And we're going to use it tonight. So I just cut it up and I put it in my little pan here. And then we're going to start cutting up some other stuff too. So let me just angle you guys down a little bit. So, sorry, a little jittery there. All right. So then what we're going to do is, I decided we're going to use some butternut squash. I'm going to use some asparagus. I'm going to use some red and some yellow bell peppers. I have a red onion and I have not cauliflower, I have some broccoli. We're gonna mix it all in here together and then we're gonna bake it in the oven. Right now I've got my oven preheating to 400. So again, let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm gonna do is with my asparagus, I've already washed it, already cut the ends off of it of where I wanted it, and I'm just gonna cut these into little bite-sized pieces. And then we're just gonna take our pan and we're gonna throw everything in our pan. So let me get the pan out of the way so you can still see what I'm doing. And then I'll show you the pan with all the goods in it. I'm really looking forward to trying this out. I think it's gonna be absolutely delicious. All right, so I wanted to save the bell pepper and kind of show you guys how I cut my bell peppers. So what I do is I cut the ends off and I just kind of go around close to where that is, where the green part is. Oops. And I just kind of cut down, and then on the other side of it, very end, same thing. And it gets most of that stuff off. I like to also cut off the end, and you know, that's still a good piece too. So see, it's not too bad. So this is the perfect size, so we'll throw that in there. Then all I do is I will take the I don't know what they call these. I can't think of what they're called, but the little veins, just kind of, you know, the tough meat. I just kind of pull them out. We don't really need them. So I'm going to wash this real quick, and then we'll cut it up. Now, I like to wash mine because I want to make sure I don't get any of those seeds in there. So what I'm going to do is I just make little grooves in them. You can have them thick, you can have them thin, you can have however you want them. And then I'm just going to cut them in nice little chunks. And again, add them to our tray. Okay, and I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save the rest of this bell pepper. Actually, I'm gonna take one more and just kind of add it in there. I'm gonna add some of those colors in here. Oops. Nice. Big chunk right there. All right, I'm gonna add all this in here. All right, and then what I have too is, like I said, I have some red onions. We're gonna put some of this in here. We're not gonna put all of this in here tonight just because I don't wanna do too much veggies. So we're gonna take some of those veggies out, or not some of those veggies, save some of those, and then we're gonna take some of our broccoli, put our broccoli in there. We're gonna do all of the broccoli because there wasn't really that much left over. And then again, we're gonna take some of our yellow bell pepper and throw that in there. All right, that's gonna be good for all of our veggies. So if we look, this is what our veggies are gonna look like. Doesn't that look pretty? Get it all mixed around. So what I am going to do is, I'm gonna grab my towel. And another thing I am gonna do too is I have some garlic and I'm going to just kind of break some up and put it in there and kind of have some roast garlic in there. So we're just gonna nicely pinch some salt on here. And then we're gonna take, whoops, wrong one. This is pepper. We're gonna take some pepper and put some pepper on here. Give it some flavoring. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of olive oil and just coat the tops of it. Add some of that flavor in there. And then what I like to do, I mean, looking through, like I said, looking through those videos, kind of looking on it, I don't think they really did this, but you know what? I'm already changing it by not using tomatoes. All right, we are gonna stick this in there. Let me wash my hands real quick. Okay, so we're gonna let that kind of sit just for a minute. I know I love garlic too, Misty. Oh my gosh, it's like my favorite. I put as much garlic as I can in anything. So all I'm gonna do is, like I said, we're gonna roast some of this, and I love roasted garlic too. And just by the way the videos were kind of coming out with some of these, you know, with the way they were making these, I thought roasted garlic with this would be so delicious. All right, so I'm gonna leave them whole. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna chop them up at all. I want them chunky in there. I want some of them roasted garlics in there. And all I'm doing is cutting the ends off, giving it a good little smash, breaking it up. So when you put it in there, it gives you all of those yummy, yummy flavors in there. And I'm gonna do a few of these, like, you know, a whole bunch of good little garlics in there. Gotta throw some yumminess in here. See how easy that just peels that off when you give it a little bit of a smash. Okay, and then we're gonna get ready here in a minute and put the other main ingredient in on the top. Okay, we'll do like just a couple more. We'll do like maybe 2 more in there because these are some pretty big garlics. This one looks like they might have another one in there. I like it when I smash it and I bring it back and it's already out. See, there was another little one in there. There was 2 in that one. All right. Let's do this last one and then we'll put our main star on top of this and we'll get it cooking. Shh, you're fine. Okay. All right, you guys. Again, I'm just gonna mix this up a little bit, kind of get some of that oil and the pepper and everything on some of those garlics, kind of get them around everywhere. All right, so this is the thing that we're going to do. This is the main star and the reason why I thought I would do this. Now, it's kind of funny because everywhere I went, I could not find the brick of this. And then I ended up going to the Whole Foods and I was able to find, this is the last one that they had. And she'd asked me if this would be working. I said, yep, this should be fine. So, because there's a couple little pieces in there. All right, so we're gonna take this. This is our main star. This is my feta. We're gonna take it. I am gonna break it up a little bit well, actually no, we're just gonna leave it like how they did except for that one little piece. So we're gonna take it, and as you can see, all they did is they took it and they put it in the middle of this, and then they baked it. So hold on, let me move my knife here and wash my hands. Okay, so what they did is they took a nice big chunk of feta, put it in the middle. I was thinking of breaking it up, but you know, we'll just leave it because it should melt just perfectly fine. So we put that, and then here I have a tablespoon of oregano, and all I'm gonna do is take it, spread that love all around up in here, and we just spread it everywhere. All right, that's 1 tablespoon, covering all of this yumminess. And then all we're gonna do is we're gonna bake it in the oven. Like I said, I have my oven preheated at 400. And we're gonna put it in there for 30 minutes. We'll kind of see what it looks like in 30 minutes. All right, so I don't have anything major going on after this. So I didn't plan that out very well, now did I? But I thought we'd talk about this lovely little thing that we're gonna make with it. So most people will take pasta, put pasta on it. I'm deciding not to put pasta on it. Well, I am. I'm not using regular pasta. I've been wanting to try this. So it's hearts of palm pasta. I'm really trying to keep it low carb, kind of really keep it really, really simple. So I picked this up and I've been wanting to try it. It's from Trader Joe's, one of my other favorite places. So we're gonna try it out. I've never had it before. So I was reading on how to cook it. All it says is empty this package into a saucepan, heat for approximately 5 minutes, and serve with your favorite sauce. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna give some time before we do this. I thought about making this dish because I have to cook it, or not cook it, I have to let it sit overnight. So maybe I'll show you guys. Let me go make sure if I have all the yummy ingredients for it. So there's this chai, I think you call it chai or chia. It's chia seeds, and I use coconut milk. Oh, I do have coconut milk. All right, we are making it because that was the only thing I needed to make sure that I have. So it's really simple. It's yummy. It's delicious. I love making it. Let me get my chia seeds. Let's see, what else do I need? I think that's all I need from here. We just have to go out to the garage and get the almond milk. And that's pretty much all you need to make this. And some cinnamon if you want some cinnamon. I'm not really sure. I put cinnamon in it last time, but I think I'm not gonna put cinnamon in it this time. Oh good, I have some left in there. Oops, I just shut you guys in the dark. All right, we're gonna grab a bowl. And the other really cool thing is that if we do this, do I have the big ones? I don't. Did I use all of them? So one of the things I love about this would always make a great dessert. Oh, it's down here. So I did dishes the other day, and I wanted to make sure that these were clean so I can make this. Hold on. Okay, all right, so I need a big bowl. All right, this is going to be really easy to make, and it's one of my favorite things. So what I am gonna do, and I forgot to do this last time I made it, but I'm gonna try and shake this up, because on the top of it, when you break it open, it has all that coconut milk, it's all the hard stuff. So I'm gonna try and see if I can get it breaking up a little bit. Kind of sounds like it broke loose. And so I know, again, it's Trader Joe's. When I got this, and kind of during the pandemic, they had the fat-free one. I tried it with the fat-free one. It didn't work. We needed the full coconut. So just letting you know. All right, let's see. Now again, like I said, I love doing this for breakfast. I take some granola, or you can take some fruit and put it in there. One of my favorite things. All right, so you just pull a full, yep, it didn't quite break it up like I wanted it to. That's okay. See that big old thing? I was trying to get that and see if we can get it broken up, but that's okay. It is all good. All right, so usually when I do see that in there, what I try and do is I will try and break it up. Sometimes I can put it in here, and with the, but since there is such a lot on this one, I just kind of push it in and mush it up a little bit. Because then when I start whisking it, it'll help break it up. Now it is a little bit nice because when you do make it in the morning, it does, because it kind of does get like a pudding. So if you let it sit overnight with the chia seeds, it does make a yummy, yummy a little bit of yumminess when you bite into it. It'll get a little bit of chunks in there, but not a whole lot. Like I said, I try and like break it up to help when I do whisk it, so you're not too huge of a chunks in there. Because that whisk will help kind of blend it in. Now, last time when I made this, I made it just this last week, and I wanted to say the other day, but it was just last week. I just took a can and did the almond milk, and it was too much the next day. When I went in to go try it, it was a little bit too soupy, so I ended up adding some more chia seeds to it, and then it was perfect. So I won't do that again tonight, though. All right, we're gonna get this mixed up here in a minute. That should be good. All right. So what you want to do is just kind of whisk this together. Break those up, because you're going to add, this is going to be your little chia seeds, or your chia pudding. And you want it more of a pudding. You really want the liquid stuff. I mean, I guess you can always leave this out, but I like it in there because I do like some of the bits when you bite into it in your thing. So if you guys are just now joining, we are kind of making this while some of our other stuff is cooking. So in the oven, we've got our veggies cooking. We have, like I said, if you guys follow TikTok, or if you guys see it on your social media, that people were taking the tomatoes and putting the feta cheese on top of it, and then putting some seasoning on it and making this yummy little sauce. Well, we're doing that, but we're not doing tomatoes. We are actually doing we're doing vegetables instead. So, but that is in the oven cooking. We have got about 22 minutes before we check on it, and in the meantime, I thought I'd show you guys one of my favorite little breakfast things, or a little dessert thing to make. So right now I just have coconut milk. And right now I'm just trying to break up some of these chunks and kind of get them in there. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a cup of almond milk. I'm going to pour that in there. There's not that much left, so we're going to add that in there too. So, and then what I'll eventually just end up doing is add a little bit more chia seeds. So we'll kind of get that out of the way. So what I like to do again is just kind of keep mixing, mix all of this together. And then what I also have too is I have some liquid stevia, and I like to take just up to there, I just do that. It usually says 8 drops, but that usually equals about the same amount, and it's not too overpowering. And that's what I like about it. So then I just have I have a vanilla bean bourbon. So we're gonna take some of that. I'm gonna pour some of that in there. And that is basically all you're gonna do for the liquid portion of it. Now, like I said, I'm just gonna mix this up a little bit. Yes, there's a lot of whisking and misting, but that is okay. It's so worth it for this, let me tell you. My dog has been wanting to go in and out all night long. Okay. And see some of those pieces, they're starting to break up a little bit. And like I said, if you really, really wanted some of those chunkies not in there, you don't have to put them in there. Like I said, I like it in there. All right, let's put my dog outside real quick, because if not, he'll keep whining. Come on. Okay, it's getting warm in here. All right. I mean, you can do an immersion blender with this one here, but like I said, I like the chunks. You normally don't put the chunks in, but I like the chunks. So yeah, you can use an immersion blender. This isn't really supposed to be blended. This is more of a, the guy that I learned this from, they don't really put that portion in, but I don't have any use for it if I don't use it, so I don't really want to waste it. So I just take it and just kind of, I keep it in because I like the chunks. I like the coconut, like, it's just the coconut flavor. That's all it is. And it's like when you bite into it, it's like having, it automatically melts in your mouth. It's so delicious. Okay, so now we gotta get, so we're doing our 1/4 cup. You do a 1/4 cup, and then since I add a little bit of the extra milk, we're gonna add a little bit more. So it's usually, if I remember correctly, it's a 1/4 cup chia seeds, but what you wanna do is you add it in slowly. So we're gonna add just a little bit in, we're gonna whisk, 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 and then add a little bit more in, keep whisking. And then usually, like when I'm done kind of seeing some of them float and they're kind of in my little whirlwind down here, then I add a little bit more. And you just keep whisking. I think one night I did this, I was adding it too slow, and I almost ended up making a cream out of it, but it was still delicious. Like I said, just keep whisking and whisking and whisking. Okay. And then usually I do like half of it. I'm doing a little bit more because like I said, I added a little bit more of the milk. So again, I'm just adding more. Now it's really up to you on how you want it. I add more because I do like it more of a pudding. So when I do let this sit overnight, I do, like I said, I love having it nice and thick. And what I do is, like I said, I end up taking some granola and put it in there, or I'll put some fruit in there, and it's absolutely delicious. It's like, it's so refreshing. Like I said, even if you wanted to do it for a dessert, you can do it as a dessert too. And it's very filling. I don't do a whole lot of it because these chia seeds, they are very, very filling. And usually whisking like this will help break up some more of those little guys in there too. All right, we'll put the rest of it in there. And basically that is it. And then you let it sit overnight. I am gonna taste a little bit of it because I wanna make sure I have enough vanilla flavoring in there. So if you see like some of these little chunks, like I said, I kind of like having them in there because when this is a little bit more solid and it's a little bit thicker, when you bite into those, it's like having a creamy little dessert, like a little something surprise in there, because they do break up. It's delicious. So they do, it's like having like a cream in there or something, but a nice little solid piece. I like it. All right, then that's all you have to do, and then you just take it and you stick it in the fridge and let it sit overnight. Okay. And then all we do is, like I said, we put it in the fridge, and then tomorrow we've got a yummy, delicious breakfast. Okay, shall we check on this? We've got 15 minutes left. I really can't wait to see what it's going to become. Let's check on it. Let's see how it's doing. Ooh, look at that. Oh my goodness, it smells so, so delicious. Oh, I can't wait to try it. So somebody had asked about Brussels sprouts. So I found a recipe, and it's kind of funny because on one of my memories it came up that I had shared a recipe saying like, oh, one of these days I'm going to make this la-di-da-di-da. So it was a chicken, it was like a Parmesan chicken with Brussels sprouts. So I was looking at it tonight. It looks really simple and it looks delicious. So I think we might make that this next week. I think this weekend I'll go get all the ingredients. Come on. So this weekend I'll go get all the ingredients, and that's what we'll make this next week. We'll make let me go check and see what it's called. I wrote it down. Yeah, I did have it out here. So it is called, so I have a cheat sheet that I have this little booklet that I try my recipes out first, and then I have like one of those journals that you get, like if you go to, you can go to Ross and you can get like the little booklets, the little journals, and then if it's perfect enough and I love it, then, or if I feel like there's some changes that need to be made, I will try it again, and then it goes in that book. That's like the final say. But it's called a chicken and garlic Parmesan with Brussels sprouts. So we will make that this next week. Come on. No, come on. Good boy. Even though it feels good outside, so I can join him out there. All right. So yeah, it's going to be delicious. So we have about 13 minutes, and they said, so let's take this out and look at it, because I'm kind of curious. Because it says just put it in the pot and cook it. But I think what I want to do is, since I have some of this garlic left, so it comes in a prepackaged. Okay, so it is a little, it's not a whole lot, but it does kind of come with its own little water, so it is a little watery. I guess this is my first time ever trying it. So I've been wanting to, so here we go. So I think what we'll do is we'll take some of this garlic. Let me grab my, rinse off some of my leftovers. Okay, so we're going to take our garlic and we're just going to mince some of it up, and we'll put it in with our what do you call it? We'll put it on another thing. So which part would you not have ever thought of, Erin? Okay, all right. I hate the little skins on garlic. I think that's the only thing about garlic I don't like. Is because I feel like they're like those little bubble wraps that never, like, you find them everywhere. Like the never-ending bubble wraps. Alright, we'll put that aside. We'll get these babies kind of going. Mush them. Break them out of their skins. So this is why I usually do this beforehand. I know, you know what? I mean, I wouldn't have thought of the chicken parmesan and the Brussels sprouts either, but it sounded and looked delicious, especially when I was going through all the ingredients for it. It looked yummy. So since I do have all the ingredients ahead of time, I think tonight when I am done doing all of this, maybe I'll sit down when I do the recipe for this here. Because like I said, tonight is just an experiment with this. I kind of took an idea of what someone else was doing and kind of ran with it and made my own ingredients. And so we'll check and see how this goes. But if you guys want to cook along with me next week, like I said, we'll do this next Wednesday. We'll give everyone the weekend to kind of go get stuff if they want to do it. If you guys want to cook along, you're more than welcome to cook along. Or cook along. I can't speak tonight. I'm losing my voice and I can't speak. But yeah, it'll be fun. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just do this. This is enough. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these, and when we do our little hearts of palm, we'll take those and we'll put them in the pan, and then maybe mince some of those up and put them in there as well, and we'll see how that goes as well. All right. Let me grab a pot here. Oh, you guys, I can smell the onions. I can smell the bell peppers. I can smell the, well, I don't know if you can really smell the broccoli, but I mean, I can smell everything in there just cooking away, and just, it smells delicious. I cannot wait to try this. Like, I kind of want to go in there now and just kind of put stuff in and then whoosh it around and see how it's doing. But I'll be patient. At least I'll try to be patient. But yeah, we have about 8 more minutes. They say this takes about 5 minutes. We can actually kind of get started and we'll get this going because it does take a few minutes for my thing to cook or warm up. We'll cut this open. All right. I hope it's good. Okay. Get that in there, and then we'll go ahead and start warming this up on the stove. And then we'll kind of go from there and see, you know, we can always add flavoring to it if we need to. And I think that's why I kind of did some of the garlic. So if we wanted to add some garlic to this, add some flavoring, we can. So what I'm going to do is just kind of break this up. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So it just kind of came in that big square little package, as you guys saw. And it just looks like a bunch of little, well, minus the one little part there that they kind of, a big little chunk. Part of me wants to kind of try it. Maybe I will. Maybe we'll try it. It's definitely a little different. It almost has like a texture of a... Oh, so in the bag, it's their hearts of palms. So I really try not to do as much carbs as possible because it just tends to spike up my sugars. And with me being diabetic, it's easier to find substitutes. I've been doing a lot of spaghetti squash, and I really was going to do the spaghetti squash in this, but I went to the store and I'd seen this and I thought, all right, let's try it. So it actually tastes like an artichoke, but it has a different flavor, but I'm not sure what it is. But it's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. So what I am gonna do is put these up here. Take my little bowl and we'll go ahead, and I think this garlic will taste wonderful with that. It does have a really good flavor. Like I said, it kind of tastes like if it was like an artichoke. It does taste like it, like an artichoke a little bit. Actually, we'll just bring this over there. But yeah, it's not too bad at all. It's really good. And I think maybe we'd add just a smidge salt. Put just a little pinch of salt in there. Just a little bit. Oh, let me change this so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So it does kind of come in its own little juices, and it does, you know, you don't have to add anything to it, which is nice. You don't have to do the pasta noodle or the pasta water or anything like that, which is nice too. So I wonder if these kind of get like, let me see the picture. I don't know. I wonder if you grill them up in here, if they can kind of get like a nice little crispy little taste to it. I don't know. We will just have to wait and see. I'm kind of excited to see how this is going to go with all of our veggies. So my roommate and I, she came back this week and we did poke bowls again. You know what? Really, it doesn't really have a woody taste to it. I was expecting that, but not really of a woody taste. Well, at least for me, not really of a woody taste. But it definitely has like that artichoke kind of, it does remind me of an artichoke. Maybe a little bit woody. But yeah. But I don't know. I feel like I'm adventuring more out on my palate on foods, and it's kind of quite fun. Because I remember a long, long time ago when I first heard about spaghetti squash and I tried it, I didn't like it. And then it had been years, and then right now I'm just taking some garlic and I'm mincing it. And I'm going to add it to it to give it some flavor. So I had a friend of mine, like years ago, tell me about the spaghetti squash, and I thought I'd try it. Didn't really like it, and I kind of did it the way they said to do it. And then years later, I had decided to try it again, because the only thing I didn't like about the spaghetti squash, it was really, really watery for me, and I didn't really care for the watery. But now I love spaghetti squash. As a matter of fact, this last year, I took some spaghetti squash, and I thought I'd experiment with it, and I put it on the barbecuer, and I cooked it that way. I think it's because it was summertime, and I didn't really want to heat up the house. So, I ended up taking it like how I normally do in the house, and I put some foil down, and I just took when I put them out there, and it took like a less amount of time to cook it out there than it was going to be in the oven. So, ooh, smell that garlic. It smells good. So it looks like some of that, its own liquids already kind of soaked up. So I am gonna try. I got the olive oil, it's avocado oil. Sorry, this one's avocado oil. So I am gonna try and cook it up a little bit to see if it kind of get, like a little bit of crispy on the edges or something. I tried doing that once with the spaghetti squash, but it just never did. I put it in a pan and tried frying it. Maybe I needed to put some oil in it. I don't know. But we'll see what this does. I'm really excited. Yes, barbecue is the best. Yeah, you know what? I've been doing low carb for quite some time. Now I do go through phases that my body just wants carbs. So I do find some things. I just have a hard time with the carbs. And like I said, most of you guys know that I went in, I had surgery or weight loss surgery done 3 years ago now. And with that one there, the carbs are really, really hard for me to do. So finding new ways to incorporate stuff and to make some of the things that I like. And now with this one here, with the surgery, there's certain foods I can't have. Like I couldn't do chicken for a really long time. I'm kind of starting to be able to put chicken back in. Like I can't do eggs and stuff like that. But again, it's just kind of figuring out what works. And then the fun part about cooking is really finding fun substitutes to make some of your favorite things. Like I'll have to make one night one of my favorite things. So I love fettuccine. Fettuccine is like one of my favorite things. But I had noticed that I can't do warm milk. All right, you guys have to check this out. And then we'll go back on with that story. All right. Look at this. Look how gorgeous this stuff looks. Oh my goodness. All right. Look how yummy that looks. Doesn't that look beautiful? Oh my goodness. Look at that feta. Now, I'm thinking if I don't have enough of the feta, is I do have some honey goat cheese, which I absolutely love. It's the most creamiest thing ever. It's one of my favorites. So I was kind of thinking that if this is not creamy enough or it's not enough of the feta that I need, we'll add some of that in there. All right. Oh, that looks so delicious. I'm debating if I want it to cook a little bit longer. Let me shut this so I don't back into it and fall into the oven. See, these are just done right. They're like, everything is just kind of, I feel like I kind of want to cook it a little bit longer. Just because, I mean, personally, I just like things, oh, look how creamy that is. Look at that. That's, all right. Let me grab a spoon. Hold on. Okay, now this is going to be amazing. Look how yummy that is. Now I know with, oh, look at that. Look how nice and creamy that is. Oh. And see, we got some of these juices. I was thinking that we might need to add a little bit more of the olive oil, but I don't think we're gonna have to. Look at this. Are you guys seeing this? All right, we're gonna get this all mixed in there. Look at that. We got those chunks of garlic in there. All right. Let's grab that heart of, or artichoke palms, or I'll look again. Hearts of palms. Yes, hearts of palms. Look at that. And then you just take this, mix this in with it. Oh, get all of that in there. Look at that. Wow. Now, just because I like to be fancy, what I might do, now I wish I had some parsley, I think even with, oh wait, I got a little something better than parsley. Oh my goodness, you guys, look how delicious that looks. All of those veggies. Oh, that is, doesn't it look amazing? This turned out way much better. And I think it looks way much better than just the tomatoes. Because look, you got those chunks of garlic in there, your chunks of asparagus. Ooh. And I'm sorry, you can never go wrong with too much cheese. And getting my Parmesan cheese. This is my favorite. And then look, just take this baby, shred some on top. And look how beautiful. Oh. All right, we're not taking it out of the pot. We're just gonna try it right in here. Now I am real, like I said, I really have been wanting to try, like we have that butternut squash in there. Get some of that hearts of palm in there. Some of that, oh. Excuse me. I thought about doing green onions, but I have the red onions in here. And I thought maybe that would be a little bit much, but no, I think we could put some green onions in here. You guys, all of that mixed together is so delicious. Oh, this is pure heaven right here. This is a good, healthy dish. And again, if you guys don't like hearts of palms, and if you don't want to do hearts of palms, do a spaghetti squash. What I do with my spaghetti squash is I will take it and I cut it in half, and I will take the bottoms of it, or take the seeds out. In the middle of it, I just put a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and just my granulated sugar, or not granulated sugar, my granulated garlic, and then some of my olive oil or avocado oil, drizzle it on top of it, just take it and rub it in really good, flip it over, put it on a baking dish, and I bake it at 400 for about 30 minutes or until I can stick a fork through the skin on it. And then you can take that and put that on top of this. This would be amazing with that as well. You guys, this is a good, healthy dish, and it's delicious. Oh, you know what, Misty, try it. I cannot believe how delicious it is. I mean, it's so good, and with the butternut squash, and you can use whatever veggies you like, and that's what I did. I just kind of used whatever veggies that I had that were out in the fridge, and then I needed to use that. I think the only extra thing I got was some of the bell peppers, because I needed a yellow one and I needed a red one because I really wanted to bring some colors into it. But I love the butternut squash with it, you guys. It is so delicious. I even like the hearts of palm. All right, you guys, that's it for me tonight. This is one of the best dishes I have made in a very long time. Well, not one of them, because I make them all the time. But anyways, all right, you guys, have a great night. Thank you for watching Cooking with Amy. Can't wait till we do next week. We're going to do Parmesan chicken, or chicken garlic Parmesan with Brussels sprouts. So we're going to cook that. And then I will think of something to do this weekend. I'm going to make an extra video because I am going to make some beans with, who is the pup? That's my boy. His name is Buddy. I'll show you guys him. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. So that's my boy. He keeps me on my toes every night. But I am gonna, like I said, I'm gonna make a video of, I wanna make like a ham hock. Take a ham hock and put it in, make a bean soup. So I'll probably make a video of that because it does take some time. So I'll probably prep it and kind of get that going. You can do an Instapot. I just didn't want to do an Instapot. I actually wanted to cook it in the pot and let it cook all day long. But I will kind of figure out which way I want to do it. Because with the Instapot, it would be like just 30 minutes. And then this weekend, I had an idea of what I was going to do, and my mind's kind of drawn a blank of what I want to do. Come on. But I will think of something because that's what I do. All right, you guys, have a great night, and I will see you guys this weekend. Be safe, and thank you for watching Cooking with Amy. Have a good night.